when you get a nude that you know someone took the time for, it's so much more endearing. You know what I mean? Like you're like, ah, man, someone went out of their way.
Now, do you specifically mention that and say like, hey, I appreciate the fact that this probably took you a while to put together?
I mean, I will say, like, if I get a nude and it's like, fucking, whoa, I do use stunning. I was like stunning. Like I'm fucking just like a documentarian.
Oh, behave.
I'm like, ooh, my Randy. I go through all the Austin Powers fucking phrases. But when I see, I'm like, man, this is amazing. Cause like sometimes you get a nude, like I said, like this is not somebody showed you how to do this. Or like you're so horny all the time that you know how to make your sliz look amazing in any light, any time of day. And those ring lights change everything. The ring lights are like, when you see a ring, that's another thing, man. You go into a chick's house, you see a ring light, you know buttholes are lit so well. Like anytime I see a ring light in anybody's apartment, I'm like, yo, there's some probably good looking butthole pics somewhere that we ain't never seen. You're not just using that to sell cameras on eBay.
Now, how long did it take you to learn how to take a good butt pic?
So when I was like, I think the craziest thing is the nudes that I've sent out, which are a lot. I'm never against sending nudes to anybody, but I've never sent an unsolicited dick pic.
Okay.
I've never done that. I think that people who do that, that's crazy. Mm-hmm. One, because like I was saying before, dicks will ruin your day. Mm-hmm. If you have to be ready to see a fucking hard boner or your day's fucked up. But if anybody asks me for a nude, I'm like, yo, all right, I'll fucking give you.
Do you have them on deck or do you have to?
So I have stock nudes. But sometimes like if I'm just like in the moment, I'm like, yo, I'll fucking flash some dong. I got no problem with that. But there have been the nudes that I've taken of myself are usually in my bathroom. They're usually propped up against the toilet tank.
What's propped up against the toilet?
The phone. The phone is up against it. It's on the back of the tank up against the wall.
Right, I thought you might have meant yourself. Just sitting on top of the tank.
I'm propped up on the toilet tank. Just hanging it down like, it's like, you like that? Dude, that's another thing, dude, is like the amount of times I've taken a nude of myself and looked at my face. I'm like, what the fuck am I thinking?
Give me like your default face for if I just asked you for a dick pic.
Like I'm trying to like look serious, but not too serious. Like I don't know what to do with my face. Cause like chicks, they're so like they emote. They like, there's like a couple times they're like, they're biting their lower lip and you're like, God damn.
Can you look at me and give me the face? You look like
Hold on, tell me. Hold on, let me do it one more time.
You look like I just asked you, did you poop your pants? Ryan, look at me. Did you go pooping in your pants? Go to the bathroom.
That's my nude face, dude. It's either I shit my pants or I just showed you my dick.
I think I just gave you a boner pic.
My boner. I got a hard boner right now. This is the End Podcast.
Quiet.
This is the End Podcast with Ryan Shader. I am here with the one and only Mike fucking Rainey. You know him from Dad Meat, Little Stinkers, and he has a new book out called On Perks. It is amazing. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me, buddy.
How's your day going? Were you a nude guy? Were you a nude sending guy?
No, you know what? When I met my wife, it was the year 2000, and neither of us had a cell phone yet.
Dude.
So I missed out by a few years on the tidal wave.
Now, when you finally got hit with the foam from the tidal wave, were you like, I'm going to send some nudes?
No, dude, I've never sent one.
What?
Yeah, I've received them from her, but I've never sent.
You've never sent a nude?
No.
I don't want to live in that world where Mike Rainey has not sent a nude.
No, trust me, you do.
I don't know. No. No, I don't. I don't want to live in all my friends, I assume they've sent some dick pics. Like I've even been in the presence of my one buddy Sean being on the phone, being like, going to the bathroom and then coming back very quickly. I'm like, you just took a dick pic in there, didn't you? He's like, I may have showed some balls. I don't know what's up. But I think all of my friends, so with the exception of you, everyone in this room is taking a dick pic.
Nope.
You're a fucking liar.
I've been with my wife for 14 years.
That doesn't mean,
Pre-iPhone.
dude.
But has there ever been a point where you thought like, all right, she could use some meat right now?
Yeah, dude. You've gotten out of the shower. You've seen some fucking flexy bird. You're like, yo, dude.
You know what? She's never asked. Like, she's sent dudes, but she's never even...
Yeah, same boat.
Dude.
Yeah.
Damn, maybe we should send them to each other.
Dude, if you guys are like, yo, I'm just nuding with my boys right now.
Who are you sexting right now? No, it's not what you think. Danny Dubs?
It's not about that. It's about that you never ask. And Danny wants some nudes.
We just want to be seen.
We just want to be seen. I need to feel validated. My boys validate me. Dude, that would be crazy as hell. It's just like your boy like, yo, dude. No, I'm not trying to be weird or anything, but like, tell me if this lighting's good. Yo, if I said it's my wife right now, do you think she'd appreciate it?
Dude, almost every OnlyFans that I've ever subscribed to has offered dick ratings.
Dude, the dick ratings, that is a crazy thing too. I don't know like what kind of shit goes through your head where you're a dude like, I need such validation. I need a 1 through 10 on this boner that I got. And I think it's crazy because like, you know, some of those dudes are all about being humiliated. So they're like, yo, give me that 3. Give me that 2. I want that too. But like, if you have a sweet piece and you're just like, no, my dick's small. It's like, some chick's like, no, that's a 10. You're like, I'm not getting what I wanted out of this.
Yeah, I wonder how honest they are. And by and large, I know that there's some that do enjoy humiliating people,
Sure.
but I wonder how many are just like, whoa.
Yeah, there's got to be like a time where like a sex worker gets a fucking dick pic and they're like, whoa, what am I doing?
Yeah.
What am I doing? And, like, clear my schedule. I got to fucking talk to this guy with this fucking rocket on his fucking shaft right now. I need to fucking figure out what's going on with this dude. And that's another thing too, is like the nudes I've sent, I've never gotten an ill response, but I have gotten like the thumbs up emoji, which is even worse, dude.
Yeah.
That's even worse. Like an emoji response to a dick pic, you might as well be like, miss me with this. Like, I don't want anything to do with you.
What was the follow-up to that?
So like I got it and it fucked up my day. I got it. I like looked and I was like, I'm not going to respond to this. I was like, I don't need this fucking trash. And I fucking went to work. And then later in the night, she got hold of me. She's like, hey, what's going on? I'm like, nothing. I was like, what's going on with you? I was like, a thumbs up emoji. She's like, oh, I was just trying to be funny. I was like, don't do that. Don't do that. You have no idea how much.
You know how you were at your most vulnerable point? I was just trying to be
Seriously.
funny right then.
I was just like, you know how you just went out of your way to like show me like the most neither of regions on your body, and like you were trying to get the lighting right in your bathroom on top of your fucking Michelle Obama book that you propped your phone up on? That's what I use, Danny. The Michelle Obama.
Oh, I'm glad I gave that.
Dude, that's in my bathroom right now, and fucking Michelle Obama has seen my dick more times than she even knows.
I knew you would put it to good use.
I was like, the funny thing is, it's on the tank, and every now and then I'm taking a shit, I'll just like page through it. like I'm gonna read it, but I never do. I'm just like, this is pretty. I guess it's not that interesting because I shit fast. I'm a fast shitter.
Same, yeah.
Like I don't relax on the toilet. I know people who
I don't even sit down. I stand over it. I do what I gotta do, and I get the fuck out.
I have fucking all business in there. I sit down, shit, get out. I don't even wipe sometimes. I'm so fucking on my bullshit. But yeah, I'll sit down, and I know guys who go in there who like they sit down. They don't even have to shit. They just wait for it to come out of their body, which is like
That's nuts to me.
that is crazy as fuck to me. I don't. In my head, I'm like, I don't have the time. I'm like used to like power shitting. When I was like at work, I have to be like, man, I got to crap and I got to crap now and I got to get back to work. I'm fucking blue collar shitting, dude.
You're a Navy SEAL shitter.
I'm fucking, it's brown ops in there, dude. It's fucking wild. I get in there, I'm like, and I shit my fucking ass. But I think it is crazy when you know a dude who's like going in there is like, yeah, it's like, I just got to relax. I just got to like have this time.
They bring the paper in with them.
Dude, seeing someone walk into a stall with a paper is probably the funniest thing in the world. Seeing like a grown man with the paper underneath his arm, just like, howdy. It's like, and then you hear it like open. You're like, what are you doing in there? What are you doing? Then again, it would be refreshing see a dude go in with like a Far Side gallery from like Gary Lawson's like, just sitting on. It's like cows. That would be fucking great. I've never taken a shit in public where I haven't been like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here now. I don't think I've ever relaxed on the toilet in a public bathroom, but I know people who go in there who are like, you know what? I just got to get away from the wife. I got to get away from the kids. I got to get away from my job. I'm just going to go into a Barnes & Noble bathroom and really be not noble about what I'm doing in here. And I'm going to fucking lay this motherfucker out.
The only toilet that I could think of where I took my time and it was something I look forward to every day, there was a work toilet that I felt like nobody else used. There was never any signs of like a wet sink or anything like that. Anytime I would go in there, it just appeared as though I was the first one to go in there that day.
Oh, wow.
Until one day, and I have a picture of this. I think it's on my Facebook. It was only a handicap stall. It was a handicap stall and a sink. And I walked into the handicap stall in there, and there was a salad in a plastic container inside the toilet seat.
Yes.
It was too wide to actually drop into the bowl. But for
just
some reason,
resting on
somebody
the-
just set it on top of the fucking toilet seat. It's like, all right, well, I can't shit here anymore.
Oh, that ruined it.
It's clearly a message. Like, why would you leave that there?
Clearly a message. What? Dude, what do you think the message is? What did
Eat better.
Eat better? Someone's been watching you for years, just like, I've been watching this guy.
At that
go,
job, right, I either had Wendy's or a hoagie every day.
Oh my God.
Or pizza
dude.
sometimes, because there was a Pat's Pizzeria there. So it was Wendy's or a hoagie or Pat's Pizza.
Now, were you getting straight up Rio, or were you getting solid boys coming out of you?
Brother, I don't know that I've had a solid shit in my adult life.
Really?
It's always like on the slide.
Man. Ever since I stopped drinking, my poops have become way more solid. But they're still like, they're like a frosty. They're like they're like a blizzard. Like if I shit into a cup, I'm pretty sure I can turn it upside down, and I'll be like, look at that. That's pretty fucking thick, right? But it's like it's still like wet.
On Halloween, kids get coupons to watch you shit.
Just me in braids, like it's like, come on in, watch me take a fat wet mess in this goddamn toilet. That's like another thing too, is like with my bowel movements, we were talking about it yesterday. Dude, we gotta find like wide mouth toilets. I don't know why they don't exist. I don't understand why the hole in the toilet has never changed over the years. What kind of maniac is like, everybody takes the same size shits? Everybody's gonna have to deal with this one fucking thing. Like, that is crazy to me. There's gotta be some sort of like billionaire or like person who's in charge who has like, you go into his bathrooms, like, you see that hole? Do it. Do your worst.
Brother, I gotta assume there's gotta be a showroom somewhere in the Midwest where they just got Midwest build dumpers.
There's gotta be. There's gotta be, because like you think about America. America's like one of the fattest nations in the world, if not the fattest. There's no way that we haven't just like been like, yeah, these toilets can't sustain the weight anymore. Like we're getting too much power. We've got too much fucking weight coming down on these bowls. We need a way to make these holes a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
To accommodate everything that's coming out of
Our
these people.
fucking toilets are getting overworked like Chinese iPhone makers. Our toilets are going to start killing themselves.
Dude, sweatshop toilets are fucking bad news, dude.
You're going to find the note inside the tank.
Dude, well, imagine you came home, your toilet's just hanging from a noose from the ceiling. It's like, no more. It's just like, oh no. And there's a note that says, I love poo on the end. It's like, damn it. I knew I pushed my toilet to the brink. I've actually thought about like days I've eaten terrible shit, and I've been like, man, if my toilet was sentient, like how the fuck I'd have to apologize to that motherfucker. Like, I am really sorry that you have to deal with every amount of evil that's coming out of me right now. And I've often thought too, like, because in Sweden, they have these new trash cans that, like, when you put trash into them, they talk to you and thank you.
Oh, no.
So, like, if you put trash in there, and apparently it's a really sexy woman's voice, which is, like, promoting people to, like, throw away litter. So, like, if you put trash in it, it's like, thank you for all the trash. It's like...
Thank you for all the dookie.
Thank you for that poop. Shit on me again, Daddy. It's like, oh, I'd be more inclined to go home and shit in my toilet. And that's another thing too, is like, I feel bad when I'm really wrecking the shit tank. I don't want to be like the guy who like doesn't fuck up his toilet, but I also want to be respectful of like the human ingenuity that crappers are. Like, I have ultimate respect for a toilet, because where would we be without toilets? We would be nowhere. We'd be a fucking terrible race of people just shitting on the ground or in bags, or like, it would just be the worst day. And I think we have to learn to respect our toilets. And I think one way to do it is with fear. If we find a way like to make a toilet talk, who's like, I'm not playing no foolishness. Like, it's like, don't you dare.
Excuse you? I know you ain't have Wendy's again. You better take that shit to the tub.
Not today, Michael. That would
Shit.
be.
I got a bidet on the seat, not a damn fire hose.
You better clean me, Michael.
Need the civil rights power
Dude.
wash your asshole.
Leaving poop scars in the fucking toilet is also wild as shit. Too.
Right. For that reason, I just bought a new like cleaning system. I think it's Clorox that makes a thing that it's a stick and you detach like a screw.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
I got one of those just because there's so many times where I'll get up off the toilet and I'll be like, "What happened in there?"
Yeah, dude.
It feels
is
like born
crazy.
identity. I'm just like checking the bathroom for clues. I have no idea what just happened.
Dude, I'll get off the toilet. It looks like Harold in the Purple Crown. It's just like all over, like, cause I'll crap, and my log will just be like that thing, like that unbreakable piece, just like swirling around, smearing the side. Like, oh no, man, now I gotta do this. But like, that's fucking amazing. Toilet technology again, like with the bidets now, everyone's using the bidet. I have yet to use one yet.
You are gonna fall in love.
See, that's what I'm afraid of. That's what I'm afraid of.
No,
it's like
it's good
a new thing that's going to change my life. And I don't know if I need that right now. I don't need to be like, I need to hook this fucking thing up.
Right. I'm going to tell you what. The next time you go to do a podcast at Gas Digital, they have a
I
really
saw.
great-
It mocks me every time I see it there.
That's where I used it for the first time.
Yeah.
And I just had a mussy ride up there. Just a lot of business going on back there. I knew it wasn't pageant ready, so I was like, all right, if this is the time where I'm going to clean my asshole, this is
where you got to do it.
So I did it, and dude, it got right there. I was worried about like spray coming through the front
Yeah,
of the
I'd
toilet.
be more worried about that.
Dude,
So it got
it's-
right on your butthole.
It's
Laser guy.
It's asshole seeking technology that they have on there. It's like Top Gun, like you're locking on a MiG. And it focused right on there, and you set it for the
Awesome.
time that you want it, the power that you want it, and whatever.
Now, what is the highest setting for the power? Like, there's got to be someone exploiting that. That's the problem.
There's white power where you can pretend you're shooting it at a black child that's trying to desegregate a school.
There's civil rights settings on it.
You hear a German Shepherd barking as you're cleaning your asshole.
Mike, you've been in there for a while. I'm like, sorry, I had it set on Alabama. I did not think I'd be in here for so long. I just got caught up.
Yeah. So in addition to white power, there's like, I don't know, you can go like a little spritz.
Oh,
or you
yeah.
can go full on Billy Mays power washing.
See, that's the thing too, is like I try not, like, I think about how many times and how often I wipe my butt after a fucking pitching. And like, I try to get it done in like 3 swipes. You know what I'm saying? Because I think most of my time in the bathroom taking a dump is wiping up. It's the cleanup. It's not so much the fucking crap. It's the fucking, it's the maintenance afterwards. I'm like fucking trying to destroy evidence of what I've done in there. And like, I think if I was in there with a bidet, because I've been to chicks' houses who have bidets, I'm like, ooh, what kind of fancy living is this? And then it also is funny when you go into a really shitty house and they have a bidet. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. You don't need that fucking bidet. What are you doing on there? It's like this brand new, beautiful fucking piece of machinery on top of this fucking dilapidated porcelain thing. I'm like, you are too highfalutin right now. You cannot be having this shit. And it also makes me wonder when I see a bidet, what types of dumps have they been taking where they're like, I need water sprayed on my asshole?
I think it can go 2 ways. I think it's either they're taking fucking monster truck jam level dumps,
Yeah.
or they're just very self-conscious.
Now, self-conscious, like, what do you mean by self-conscious? What do you mean by that? Like,
Like, all right, if I'm going to take a dump,
uh-huh.
no matter how how well I wipe, there's going to be a chance that there's still a little bit of funk on there.
Sure.
It's like when you eat an Italian hoagie, your hands will smell the entire
It's just
day.
the way it is. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No matter how well you clean your hands.
Well, you clean it, you still have that funk about you. I
Like
get you.
if you do this, you're going to smell prosciutto.
Poo shoot.
So I think it's either one of those two scenarios.
Yeah. I just think that like when I have done the thing like where I don't have confidence, I'll never, because I don't wear underwear. So like I'll never wear white
That's
jeans.
different.
I'll never wear white jeans.
Same.
I'll never wear white jeans without underwear.
I wear underwear every day of my life.
Dude,
I'm trying to brag, but I still wouldn't wear white jeans.
I can't wear white jeans. I've seen too many, like when I see chicks wearing white jeans, I'm like, man, they are fucking confident as hell. There's fucking so many things that could go wrong today. I
On
don't.
top of that, where would you wear white jeans, Heaven?
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, what?
In Heaven, you got a white jean jacket, white jeans, white Vans, a white mustache.
I just go like, yeah, they just gave me all this shit. It's wild, dude. Yeah, I see people wearing white jeans, and when I see that, I'm like, man, that is a level of confidence I don't think I'll ever have. Because I also know that there have been days where I've worn like black jeans where there's been clearly a stain in those fucking jeans. Like, and I can only assume it's bled out to the other side. You know what I mean? Like, I've gotten home and like, what is that in there? It looks like a fucking painter's palette. Like Bob Ross was about to fucking put a happy tree on a fucking canvas. Like, where the fuck did this come from? And I know if I was wearing, I knew if I was wearing khakis or something, I'd be like, this is fucking no go, dude. That's just a huge shit stain in your pants. And when I see even chicks wearing that, I'm like, what kind of life are you living where you, because I know plenty of chicks who have sharded. I know plenty of and chicks act like they don't, but they do. And I know plenty of chicks who, you know, it's been a heavier day and they've bled through some pants, and it's like, damn, dude, that's fucking bummer too.
Dude, my wife got her period on the plane to Skankfest.
You were,
and dude, I was so angry because one, I wanted pussy, and two, I surprised her and got her a first class ticket.
Oh no!
And
did she ruin the seat?
No, she didn't. But that's instantly what ran through my head. I'm now going to have to pay for the upholstering of this seat that you're going to ruin going to Skankfest. You fucking dirtball. But dude, as soon as we got on the plane, I was like, oh man, this is great. And I was still working on perks then, and I had my workout, and she taps me on the shoulder, and I lean over. She's like, I just got my period.
Oh no!
I was like, you fucking
gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. What a fucking way to ruin a vacation. How dare you? I've never, I mean, I don't have a problem with, wait, do you have a problem with period sex? Are you bad about it?
Yeah, I'm not into it.
Oh man, I'm not into it either. I would never say I'm into it. I just do it. Like I'm the type of guy who's just like, I'm going to go do it. I like, look, you never saw anybody running back onto the ships during the Normandy invasion, did you?
There were two retarded guys.
I was like, there are two, maybe. But I was like, no, man, I'm here to dick down. I don't give a shit. Come hell or high water. I'm fucking doing it.
yeah.
And
I understand your logic, but
I just, no, you know what it is? Because I don't want to I'm not trying to say you were trying to make her feel weird, but like in my head, I'm like, this is, you can't control this. This is not like you did this on purpose. Right. And if you're still horned up, I'm not going to judge you for what's coming in and out of you. So I'll just I won't go down on you. I've never fucking played spaghetti-o mouth. I have not done that. That is not for me. I know dudes who have done it. I know some fucking vaginal Dracules, dude. Some dudes go down there and they don't give a shit.
Goodman Street.
I am not secular.
Is everything all right? Yes, but it appears that you were doing the mash in your underwear.
Dude, monster mash and pussy is fucking, it is fucking wild. Because you don't, like when you're fucking, you don't know exactly what's happening until you look down. You're like, whoa, I fucking.
Dude, the first time that I ate
some
pussy,
oil.
The sun was coming up when.
Beautiful. That's the best way to start.
I heard
the first time I was eating pussy, the sun was coming.
I heard dolphins in the background. No, but the sun was coming up. And this lady said she had to leave. So I was like helping her find her stuff. And I picked up her underwear, and it was like clearly perioded in.
Yeah.
And it was like,
Period.
come on, like you could have just said no. Like I've never tasted pussy before, so I don't know.
You
like,
didn't
this is how
know.
it tastes.
You didn't know. So
But
when
it's
you
like-
when you had a mouthful of pennies, you were like, "That's how it always tastes." That's fucking wild. So wait, you went down on a bloody snooch, and you didn't know that it wasn't supposed to taste like that, and you didn't know because the sun was just coming up. So you were
Right, yeah. Like I don't even know that she had her period, but she definitely had period underwear,
okay.
which seems insane to wear if you don't have your period.
That is a little odd. So wait, she had underwear. The underwear she was wearing had remnants of a rid inside of it.
Yes.
That's wild. I don't think I would crap my pants and then put my shit shorts back
That's the
on.
logic I'm using.
I don't think I don't think I'd do that.
I mean, just for going out.
Just stepping out on the town. These are my best shorts. I don't care about just spooning it out and throwing it like it's fucking goddamn peanut butter.
I mean, listen, I have underwear that have holes in the asshole, but I would never set foot outside of the house in those underwear. That's if like absolutely everything's dirty and I'm doing laundry and I have to be outside.
Yeah. Laundry day underwear, I guess I get. I mean, I've seen some fucking. Then I also do know that chicks have like specific period underwears. Like they have like, yo, I know I'm getting it. These are my fucking period squirrel covers, so I'm gonna put these. I'm gonna put these on. And I was like, because I remember the first time I found out about that, I was dating one of my girlfriends, and she had a whole separate drawer.
Okay.
Which I was like, she's like, get me some underwear. I'm like, I opened one. I'm like, and it was a smaller drawer. I'm like, oh, these must be the fucking fancy boys.
Are these the smocks you use to paint?
Yeah, I was like, what are these? And I picked it up. It looked like a Jackson Pollock painting. I'm like, we should hang this in the Louvre right now. But she was like, no, those are my period underwears. I'm like, I didn't know that was a thing. But then again, there have been days where I know I'm going to have diarrhea.
Yep.
Like, I know that it's going to happen. And like part of me is like, I got to get some period jeans. I got to get some fucking, I got to get some diarrhea period jeans because I don't care if I ruin them. I'm only going to be here. I'm only going to be there. And it's like, the worst is sitting in, jeans that like you've just crapped that you can never wear again. Like you don't want to ruin, because jeans are expensive and they are hardy. You can rewash them and stuff like that. But sometimes like it's like a crime scene. It never goes away. It's like you crap your jeans and then you wash them, and there's still that fucking remnants there.
Dude,
you still remember the story.
Sometime last week, I was laying on my couch watching TV, and it felt like a fart like a million others. I wound up to push it out because, like, when I'm by myself, that's part of the fun and like being alone and having time is to,
just
like,
pushing
really,
yourself to the limit.
Really fucking.
It's like
you're hitting dingers.
It's like working out. You're like, I got to break my PR, dude.
I had just been laying there for hours just hitting dingers in my underwear. And then this one, it felt like every other one. But as soon as I pushed out, it had a little mustard on it.
Whoa, dude.
And I was like, all right, I'm so comfortable right now. But as a man who has some integrity, I have to get up and I have to go take a shower.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
I'll wear the pants again, but I had to take a shower. And
I totally understood that, dude. There have been times where, like, I'm like a very punctual dude. I pride myself on being on time or being relatively within the time frame. There was a couple times I was late for work because I would get up early, I'd drink coffee, go take a shower, get out of the shower, dry off, fart, and then have to get right back in the shower again. Just ruined my whole day. I'm like, motherfuck, that was the wettest fucking fart I've ever had in my life. And like, now I'm gonna be late, and then you have to like text your boss like, hey, sorry, I fucking ate at Chipotle. I was not anticipating any of this. The one time, it's funny you were talking about like, you had the fart and you thought it was like every other fart. So this one chick I used to fool around. This is like, I wouldn't say it was the grossest thing I've ever seen, but it was one of those things where like you can't unsee it.
Okay.
Like I can't. Like when I think about her, I don't think about how like attractive she is. I don't think about how much fun we have. I just think about this one time. We were fooling around, and like after we were done fucking, like I think I like said I was gonna fart. I was like, I feel like I got a fart coming, and she was like, oh, just do it. I was like, I think this might be a little bit too like this. I don't know what's going on. There might be chemical warfare going on in my butt. So then she got in bed, and like I was just laying there, and she like went to go get. Keep in mind, totally naked.
Okay.
She like got under the blanket, and then got up to like go reach the remote at the end of the bed. And then while she was like bending over on all fours, she spread her one butt cheek with her hand and she farted. But when she did, it was like whack-a-mole. This little poop came out and then went back in again. Dude, I was like, oh no. And I didn't say anything at first because she was like, ha, 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 ha. And she got into bed. I was like, I got to be honest with you. You might want to go check yourself. She was like, what? I was like, I may have seen a little bit of a too close to the fucking. You were gleaming the cube there. And she was like, what? I was like, a little bit of poop came out when you farted. She's like, no, it did not. And then that was like, everything changed. Like the whole attitude, the whole lighthearted, the whole fucking thing. She got in the bathroom. And then she was like in the bathroom for almost an hour. And apparently she took a shit, then cleaned the toilet, and then took a shower, and then was like in the shower, like showering off for like almost an hour. And then came back and she was like a deer approaching you when you're holding.
You have to put a blanket over her shoulder.
I do. She was a burn victim. Just like, come on. It's fine. I actually had to put a blanket over her head like a bird for her to sleep. It was so traumatic.
That's nuts though, to pull your cheeks apart to fart at
I mean, I think it was hilarious. If that had not happened, if it had just been a regular fart, I'd be like, dude, that was fucking.
Dude,
that's fucking fun.
As that story was shaping up, when you got to the point where she pulled her cheek apart, I instantly thought of like a turd rocketing out of her ass, like in Christmas Vacation.
Oh my God!
Shoots out of the gutter into the neighbor's window.
I'd be like, why am I wet? She's like, I don't know, Margot. I'm like,
didn't you have an instance though where a lady did poop on you by accident?
Yes, when I was. Well, I mean, it was accidental, but it was more like we both knew the risks. You know, you don't fuck around with butt sex and not know that things can go wrong. That is it's a fact of life. And if you're not willing to dance with the devil, then get the fuck out of the asshole hell, dude. If you're not willing to like know that there are risks. But yeah, I was fucking this chick in the butt, and while I was doing it, I definitely struck oil. I definitely got like I could see it like at the base of my dick. I'm like, that's poop. Like I know this is poop. But I wanted to be, respectful. I wanted to be a gentleman. So I kind of was like, my lady, there may be an issue with your butthole. And I said, I think we have an issue back here. And without like any type of like slow, she was like, what? And then she like bucked me off of her. No. And when that happened, her butthole was still open and this log flew out. And hit me in like the inner thigh, and then like a sad sock just flopped on the fucking quilt that we were supposed to not ruin, and then we did. And it's like that to me. Like I've told that story to a couple people, and like a couple guys have like, I don't think I'd be able to shake that off. It's like, dude, come on, man.
It's poopy.
It's poop. It's poop. It's kind of like those are guys that have either never changed a shitty diaper or don't have kids.
Right, yeah.
It's one of the two. Like it's either like dudes who don't have children because kids just are shit factories. And I'm pretty sure like, anybody who has a kid knows that like there's like crap incidents almost daily. Yeah. And then, or if you've never babysat or had like nieces or nephews and you never had to change a shitty diaper, you just like, like don't get me wrong, shit is gross. But like we're both adults. You allowed me to enter your butthole. I'm not going to be like, what the hell is all this about?
Dude, I feel the same way with queefs. The first time that my wife queefed in front of me.
Was the sun rising? I hope every one of your pussy experiences like a beautiful like natural event is happening in the background. So there I was eating an ass, and then it was like midnight, and this blossom just opened. I looked over on the windowsill, and it was like
the first time my wife queefed, we were dumping my grandmother's ashes over her favorite bridge. But dude, I'll never forget because it was just insane. I couldn't comprehend that would be something to feel embarrassed about, but then also my wife queefed, and then she instinctively like put her hand over her pussy, like she had just burped, and you put it over. Part of me. And I was just like, what are you doing? It's fine. You're excused, but it's fine.
Putting your hand over your butt, like, oh, like you had just said a swear word. And it's like, oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, she just accidentally whispered the
Oh
N-word.
my God. That'd be funny if she had a queef hanky, like just holding, like, my word.
Here, blow your pussy.
And you hold it up to her. Like, make sure you it's a good blow. Oh my God, that's so funny. I don't think I've never, the queefs that I've heard, which is also my new book coming out. Look for it on the shelves. I've heard the queefs that I've heard have never been like what did that queef sound like? Did that sound just like air escaping, or did it sound like
Yeah, that
fart?
was it. It was nothing big. It wasn't like, sometimes a queef will sound like a pussy fart.
Yeah, sure.
There's other times where it's just like, oh, that's a little bit of air coming.
It's like, but I've heard.
Girl, that pussy's exasperating.
Yeah.
You need to do something with that thing.
Yo, that pussy tired right now. Put some Red Bull in that pussy. I've heard queefs that sound so much like farts. But I also know, like, if you're fucking a chick, you can tell that it is, like, I've done it where I'm like, oh, is that a fart? And then you realize that, like, your dick is just like, so the whole thing is like, there are some times where I've done that.
You should be an OBGYN.
Dude, I've thought about how funny it would be to be an OBGYN and then just like every day do something goofy in the room, like come in with a snorkel mask.
Yeah.
Like, how you doing, Miss Johnson? It's like just going down like we're coming up and just like, so everything looks all right. Just like one time, we're coming up with like Cheeto dust all over your face.
Put your hands over your knees and like you're mimicking vomiting down there. Can you give me some water?
Or going down and then coming up just like Indiana Jones with like fucking sailors, like, I found this in here. It's like, you may be, the savior of a village somewhere. This is amazing.
That's tough. Have you ever gone into an OBGYN appointment with a lady?
No, I never have. I dated a chick for like 7 years, and we never, like, there were times where she's like, I'm going to see the, gynecologist. I'm like, oh, well, I can give you a ride. She's like, no, I'll do it on my. It was very like secretive. Mm-hmm. You're not allowed in here, which I get. It's not for me, literally not for me. So it's like, I've never been privy to be there for anything like that.
I don't know why they do this, and I don't know that they do this at all of them. But when I used to go with my wife to her gynecologist, who was this massive Indian dude that I called Party Fingers. Dude, the guy had fingers like fucking catcher mitts.
That's awesome.
But whenever I would go with her, they would ask her to be already in the stirrups before he got into the room, which seems like a very unnerving way to, even if you know the person, just say like, hey, I'm going to have the gown on. Come in, shake my hand. I'll tell you what, we'll go over what I'm here for. And then I can get in the stirrups in about 1 minute.
That seems like a guy who's either like, dude, that's a power move, or he's all business. Mm-hmm. He's just like, I got things to do. Get in the fucking stirrups. So wait, so she got in the stirrups.
And you just wait.
And you just wait in the stirrups? That sounds terrible.
I don't know that that's kosher everywhere. But
that sounds
felt very awkward.
Unnerving.
In that.
I mean, if anything, is there like a TV in there? Is there anything to do?
No.
There's nothing to do?
Just me.
Just you making echo sounds. Oh, what's that? Tell them about how you queefed and put your hand over it. I mean, there's got to be a time, like, I remember when I was a kid, like maybe in middle school, and I found out what like gynecology was, mm-hmm. and I was like, I'll forget about pro wrestling. I'm going to be a gynecologist. Mm-hmm. And I remember like joking about it. And one of my teachers was like, you got to understand, like, I know what you think gynecology is, mm-hmm. but it's not anything you think gynecology is. I was like, well, what could that be? She's like, you'll be looking at like older women too. And I was like who? She's like me. I was like, oh no, dude. I was like, this is not what I wanted to hear. And I was like, that dashes your dreams as like a a young boy.
Dude, there was a video that PBS used to play sometimes, and it was a series called Nova. Do you remember?
Yeah.
that?
Oh yeah. Nova ruled, dude.
But they had one of a woman giving birth.
Oh yeah.
And brother, you could see everything. And my boy Sal had it. This was like 7th grade.
Now, wait, was this? So we watched the film called The Miracle of Life. Is
it
that
might
the
have been
same
that.
thing?
It may have been that.
Okay.
You see everything.
Oh
coming
yeah.
out, right?
Oh my God. Yeah. It is wild,
Dude. And Sal was like, he rounded up the troops. He's like, boys, you got to come over and see this. And we were all standing in his living room. Nobody was sitting. Everybody was standing around like we were watching, like, about to watch like the fucking Hail Mary at the end of the Super Bowl.
Awesome.
He's like, you got to watch this. And we're watching it, and you see the lady set up. And we're just like, whoa, it's a pussy.
Yo.
Oh my God, dude. Then all of a sudden, you see like this head get
Dude.
bigger and bigger and bigger, bigger, bigger. And then it eventually comes out, and it's a baby's face.
It's jarring.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I know dudes who have been there for like. Have you? Now you were there for all of your kids' births.
Yeah, and it's gross, dude. The doctor's saying, the doctor's saying push, I'm pull.
Oh,
No,
man.
this is too gross.
Holy crap! Yeah. Now, did you see the birth, or did you just see the the end product?
Well, she had C-sections all 3
Okay.
times, and it's just like such a strange experience, and it
I
just
could only
feels like it's
imagine.
not happening, and it's like you want to like alternate between like checking to see what's going on, and then like reassuring your wife,
sure.
and then all 3 times, fortunately, the whole process was pretty quick, and then they just like hold up a baby over the sheet
Man.
that's like partitioning
Yeah.
your wife from her pussy area.
for her whole sliz, yeah. God damn. Now, if I was a doctor, again, I don't think I would be able to contain like just goofing around,
Mhm.
like at all. Like I would just like, I would be like, well, there was no baby, but there is a brand new car. Like I would just like hold up like different objects that may have been. It's like, dude, you didn't tell me about this.
Just a wrapped up toaster in a blanket.
Just presenting. And then the toast pops out. It's like, ooh, twins. Like, you have a new appliance inside of you. I don't know. Like, and again, there's got to be. I don't want to live in a world where doctors haven't done that. Like, I know you'll probably be disbarred.
Mm-hmm.
You'll probably be, your medical license will be revoked. I get it.
You do have to have a good time, though, dude. And I
Gotta
think it's strange to me that anybody could pick a medical specialty without seeming like a fetishist.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Like podiatrists.
Oh,
Those
God.
fucking dudes. I don't know what's going on with them. Or like even just like proctology. Like again, that's the low hanging fruit. But like a dude who's like, you know what I want to like, but a guy who's genuinely like, you know what I need to do?
Mm-hmm.
I need to help people with their fucking assholes. And I woke up and I didn't know exactly what I was doing with my life. And then like one day I took a huge dump and I hurt myself. And I went to the doctor and I was like, hey, there's something wrong back there. And you know what he did? He gave me side eye. He gave me a little bit of side eye towards my brown eye. And I didn't like it. I felt ashamed. I felt alone. And then I got a referral to see Dr. McGinnis. And he treated me like a fucking adult. And I knew right then and there when he was 2 knuckles inside of my butthole that I needed to help people. Because like you gotta, you have what is it? The Hippocratic Oath? Where you
That's right, yeah.
where you're like,
Yes, it is.
yeah, where you're supposed to help. But again, being faced with buttholes every day, being faced with like I'm going to say there are some days you see who you're working on. You're like, all right, this is going to be pretty good. And then you see other people come in. You're like, all right, I'm going to need a bottle of Jack Daniels.
Dude, I used to work at a home for crazy old people. And one of the job requirements was that if like you were assigned to a couple people a day, and if one of those people had a doctor's appointment, you had to go with them. And I had to go with this guy to his urologist appointment that day. And the level of unprofessionalism that this doctor exhibited
Oh my God.
was
I can
ecstatic.
only
Dude, we
imagine.
get in there. I helped the guy get all of his stuff down. And this is a guy who's probably a couple years away from death. Just body just totally
Yeah.
breaking down, just in the throes of like physical and mental illness.
Sure.
And we get all his stuff down, and the scoots up in his chair, and he goes, "Where is it?" And he's verbal, but like he can't like hold a coherent.
Sure.
thing
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah.
Like he'll say things like if he's upset, he'll just yell something upsetting rather than
course.
something relevant to what you're talking about.
So if he's
The
upset,
doc-
he'll just say something upsetting. He stubs it. Holocaust! Holocaust! It's like, Jerry, come on.
Dude, not far off, man. That guy would. All right, let me finish telling the story.
Sorry.
But dude, the doctor scoots up his little chair and he says, "Where is it?" And I was like, "Where's what?" He's like, "His penis."
What?
It was a small penis, but at the same time, it's like, it's nothing. You're a urologist. You can find it.
Come on, man.
Use a fucking
Yeah.
a metal detector, a meat detector.
Just try, dude. Wow, he just said, where is it? Let's see that fucking small ass dick. Man, that's not how we should be treating old people. We should not be making fun of small old penises.
Brother, this is the life you chose.
Yeah, dude. Or maybe, you know what? Maybe that'd be crazy if he didn't choose it. You know, like he was just pressured into it by his, you gotta fucking be a urologist, you piece of shit.
I was a dong man. Your grandfather was a dong man, and you're gonna be a dong man.
You're gonna see dick all day.
I don't want to see dick. I want to see assholes.
But Daddy, I want to see assholes.
The asshole is 4 inches from the dick.
You get to see it all. I bet there was a dad's like, you wouldn't believe the things you're gonna see. It's amazing. But yeah, that's a fucking bummer. I knew a chick. So my mom worked third shift for a geriatric home. Mm-hmm. She never really told me any horror stories except one time she went into a room and there was a lady eating a whole pile of shit.
Okay.
Just like smearing it all over her face. And my mom was like, then I was like, well, what did you do? She's like, what do you mean what I did? I fucking sat her down and I cleaned her up like a fucking baby. I was like, oh my God. But this other chick, Sarah, who I used to work with, she got a job working as like a fucking nurse's assistant at a geriatric home. And she one day came to work and she was clearly shook.
Okay.
And I was like, what's up? She's like, I had one of the worst experiences of my life the other day, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to go back to working. And I was like, what was up? She's like, this guy. So apparently she was assisting with a dude who had been constipated for like a few days. Now, when you're constipated when you're old, that's like, could be a death sentence. Like you got to get that fucking brick out of you. Yeah. So like, apparently she was helping another nurse. And Sarah was like holding up the dude's butt because like because like he didn't have the force to like sit down and push on the toilet. So Sarah was holding up the dude's butt while the other chick was pushing on the small like of his stomach, because the poop was like right there. Again, it was like whack-a-moling. Mm-hmm. It was like going in and out. And then apparently Sarah like moved to like try and get a better position, and the crap sprayed out, and it was just like, you know, exhaust. It wasn't a full turd. It was just like, and it like hit the side of her face. Dude, and I couldn't imagine being shat on by like, this is not your career. You're just trying to be a good Samaritan.
Dude.
And your whole life changes when you see she was like also the most disgusting butthole I think I've ever seen in my life. It's just like, I don't know what I'd be.
Dude, and on top of that too, imagine what's in an old person's asshole. It's just years and memories and food that they don't even make anymore. And then when they finally let loose,
food they don't even make. He's got nothing but a butthole full of Quake cereal.
This smells like Ovaltine.
Like,
when did you eat fucking Ovaltine?
When did this happen? It's like hardtack. It's just like, I can't get it out of there. Oh my God.
Yeah, dude, cleaning up. I mean, I worked in that game for fucking years.
Yeah, that had to be like rewarding. It had to have been rewarding.
Yeah, maybe somewhere down the line. I made such little money and I was like so taxed from working so many hours.
Sure.
That, like, it was hard to like find any kind of like silver lining to it all. But it was a ton of poop. It was a ton of piss. It was scary too. There was a lady working the overnight shift was scary because this one little tiny lady who was super cute.
Yeah. I like where this story goes. There's a ton of shit, ton of piss, and then this cutie.
All right, right. She had a daughter who died young, And
Getting better.
I knew this going into the job because they asked you to like read like the charts on the people so you get a better understanding of who they are. And there's so much information in there. And I was working an overnight shift one night, and I see this little old lady standing in the middle of the hallway.
Sure.
Now it's a long corridor, so seeing a small, tiny old person just standing still
That's terrifying.
in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And I said, Arlene, are you okay? And she's waving me over.
Even more terrifying. I would
Dude.
be like, what the fuck? Just like, oh no.
And dude, on top of this too, this was a creepy place. Like deer would often just run into the building.
What?
You would hear like bang.
Oh, I was like, I thought
Dressed as doctors.
I was picturing something way. I'm so stupid. I was like, just running the field, like, what's going on in here? I'm sorry.
Dude, they would just smash into the doors constantly. But this old lady waves me over, and it's just me and her awake at this time. Everybody else is asleep, and I'm the
Yeah.
only one working the overnight shift. And she waves me over, and she's like, "That little girl's in my room."
Oh, see now, man. Part of me, again, if I heard like seeing an old lady is creepy, but if they're like, "There's a ghost in there," I'd be like, "Fuck, I'm gonna go fucking beat the shit out of this ghost." And if someone ever said like, "There's a little girl ghost in there," I'm like, "I will fucking kill this stupid little girl ghost right now." And I'd be like, "You better say goodbye to her again if it's your fucking daughter. I'm sending her back to hell." But like, wait, so she was saying that there was a little girl? That's horror movie shit.
It is, yeah.
So wait, did you go in?
I did. I checked it out, and like I assured her that nobody was in there. But she was insistent, and like I get it. It's like you're operating on a different wavelength.
Without a doubt. You can't like expect like that. So people have said, or at least I know some people who believe in, the afterlife and ghosts and things like that, which is fine. But I know people who say that like children, like especially infants, when their like head is darting around, they're like seeing spirits in the room and shit like that. Yeah. And apparently, when you become a certain age, you start to revert back to that infantile mindset, and then you're like back on that level again, which makes it easier for you to transfer into the afterlife, which is a beautiful thing. However, old people are still crazy as fuck. So like you can't I would just like if an old person's like, "There's a fucking little girl in my room." I'm like, "What are you doing with that little girl in your room?" I'd scold them. I'd be like, "Get out of here. What are you doing with that shit in your room?" I just think that and again, with ghosts too, is like, there are like, I don't know. My mom, again, she worked at a geriatric home, and she had said before, like, there would be dudes who were in there who were veterans, and they would complain about like, they thought they saw like a ghost, and then there would be dudes who'd be like, "I hope that fucking ghost comes back." Just like, I hope it fucking comes back. And then apparently they are on the ready for a ghost, and then they'll end up attacking like another like fucking person who lives on the floor, which is like, I want to say, best case scenario is like, you have one person like, maybe taking out two birds with one stone. The guy swings, he hits an old guy, he dies, he falls. It's like, oh yeah, we got two open beds right now. But just knowing that like older people still know, like babies don't know what ghosts are. So they're just like, ghosts would never haunt a baby. I think you have to...
You gotta be a real loser to haunt a baby.
You gotta be a real dick sucker to fucking just really come after a baby like that. But like older people are just like, "There's a ghost in my room." It's like, yeah, also haunting an old person. Like, come on, man.
Dude, I feel that way too, because in regards to this one apartment that I used to live at, I'm pretty sure we had a ghost there. And it seemed friendly, and it seemed very nice, but it's like, dude, you know how big of a loser you got to be to haunt me in an apartment?
That's got to be, yeah. You think ghosts get disappointed?
Dude, find it a nice house.
They're just like, "What the fuck am I doing here? Why am I watching this guy rip farts on a couch?"
Brother, my cable is off right now.
It's He's like, "This sucks."
Yeah, go haunt somebody that can afford $150 a
Yeah,
month for
seriously.
Xfinity.
You have no hot water here, Michael. What the fuck are you doing? Also, your fridge is bare. Where the fuck? Doing.
Yeah,
I think
I'm slamming cabinets too, motherfucker.
You're just in the kitchen, like, yeah, whatever, dude.
You think I want to eat fucking beans?
This sucks. You suck. Go get me some fucking goat. Dude, that would be, what you never hear about? It's like, you never hear about ghost partnerships. You know, like that's the
Like
thing
teaming
too.
up to hunt somebody.
Or just like ghosts that like say you find out your house is haunted, and you're like, "Yo, ghost, go find me something I can use."
Okay.
Like I know maybe this ghost is like, "Yo, I lived this life and it wasn't very good, and now I'm trying to like give back to somebody who's living on the same path as me." It's almost like a guardian angel. They'll get you like if you're like, "Yo, ghost, you know, it'd be great a fucking plasma screen TV right now," and like you just go and a ghost steals you some shit. Or that would be great. Like that never happens. It's always just malevolent fucking douchebag ghosts. That like that's another reason why I don't really believe in ghosts, because they're all malevolent. There's like, or they're just like that benign, like, oh, he moves the can every now and again. It's like that fucking sucks. Dude, give me a ghost that's like, yo, I got some pictures of the neighbor. It's just like, whoa, that would be sick. But like, or a ghost that's just like, or like a really hot ghost. Ooh. That like, where are those? I'm talking like super stacked ghosts. Where are the ghosts that are like, they're always like those dumb Victorian bitches with like corsets and they look like crap and everyone sucks and they probably still smell bad. It's just like, yo, where's the fucking...
Yeah, give me a dirty bitch that haunts in Tweety Bird pajama pants.
Seriously, dude. Give me a fucking lady with a fucking...
You seen a pack of Newports laying around here somewhere? I came all the way from fucking Purgatory to get them things.
Dude, that sounds hot as hell. You just hear a lighter start. You're like,
Yeah.
She's around.
Yeah, if you hear your door open in the middle of the night, I'm just going out from the smoke. Yeah.
Yeah, that ghost Tiffany is pretty fucking hot. She's pretty fucking good. But that's like, I'd heard that they're like, who was that fucking dumb celebrity who said she had sex with a ghost?
Probably Lindsay Lohan. That sounds like...
That sounds about right. It's probably Lindsay Lohan.
Oh, no, it wasn't. Was it Amanda Bynes?
No, that sounds in the wheelhouse too. Oh, wait, no, it was fucking what's her face? Kesha. That stupid idiot.
Okay.
She's talking about how she had like a sexual experience with a ghost. And like in my head, that would rule.
Yeah,
like if a ghost, like if I was in bed and a ghost was like, "Hey," but like not like scary, not like jarring, just like, "Hey, I want to suck your dick." I'd be like, "Whoa, get it, ghost." I would fucking... And now part of me thinks like, now would you consider that cheating?
I don't know. Anything in the afterlife, I don't kind of...
That's got to be like, you know. Now, would you be mad if you found out that your wife was having a sexual relationship?
Yes, 100%. Dude, I would break a Ouija board over her head.
Dude, if you found out that your wife was being satisfied by a phantom wiener, you just have to live with it forever. It's like, what is my real life Earthican dick not doing for you?
Dude, I put my dick in there. I'm like, why is your pussy cold? There's something I gotta tell you.
You put a fucking recorder up to it, you listen later, it's an EVP says, pull out of her puss. It's like, what the hell is going on here, dude? You just have the fucking like infrared thing and you just see a guy just getting cucked in a chair behind you, just like,
all right, that's definitely an orb going in and out of my wife.
dude, that would be fucking wild to see just a dick going into her mouth. Just like, what is that? What is this?
He was nice.
It's con hunters, dude. It's coming out. It's like, we're going to debunk a lot of shit. It's like, no, that turns out you have a very sexually active ghost.
Brother, that's all I'm going to do in the afterlife.
Dude, it's fuck.
I'm just going to
Dude,
on everything.
Dude, that's what I think ectoplasm is. It's just fucking ghost cum. There's no way that there isn't jacking ghosts. Just like one ghost is like, yeah, I couldn't get any pussy in the real world. I'm just going to show up and watch every chick shower and just beat off.
Oh, dude, I would just lay in the clouds and jack off all day.
You'd have to.
That's all I do now.
Just lay it in the clouds.
Yeah.
This is fucking...
Yeah, I'm just 30 in great shape and just wings on, just jacking it.
Like, oh, man, this is pretty fucking good. It's like, Mike, don't you want to meet the rest of your family? No.
Yeah, I'll check out the Hall of Knowledge later.
Yeah, I don't care. What killed the dinosaurs? Is this dick that I'm jerking off? I don't give a fuck.
You think you got the same dick size in heaven?
I would hope so.
I hope not.
No?
No, I want a bigger one.
You want a bigger dick?
Yeah.
You want a big? I don't see. That's the whole thing. Is like I think my dick is pretty good the way it is, you know. But then again, I guess I could. You can always stand out, add a couple of inches on there, I guess. But I think my biggest concern in the afterlife is going to heaven, and then because they say that everyone that goes to heaven, you become like the best version of yourself.
Yeah.
My biggest concern is like going to heaven and finding like, seeing my grandma.
And she's hot.
And she's so hot. And then you're just like, I gotta fucking deal with this. Or like seeing like, a previous loved one that's like, oh, whoa, I haven't seen you in a little bit. And then you go to the pool party, which is definitely gonna happen in heaven. And you see your grandma in a nice 2-piece, and she got a cake. She's fucking stacked. Cause I've seen pictures of my grandma when she was in her 20s. I'm like, there's a reason she has 8 kids. There's a reason she was getting dumped into the max.
That's probably why they say they have unfinished business.
Oh, dude, they have unfinished business is what it is.
Yeah, any ghost that comes back to Earth because he says he has unfinished business just needs to get away from heaven because he's going to nut to his grandma.
Oh, fuck. Wait, do we have time for phone calls? I totally forgot. Can we take some messages?
I would love
you cool with that. Cool. Fuck. We got talking. Gotta go to the fucking phones.
Hey, Shaner. My name's Mike. I was just wondering, what's your most favorite concert experience? All right. See ya.
Great question. My most favorite concert experience is it's a combination of two, because when I go to see shows, it's usually that I'm there for like the physical action in the pit just to see how great that is, and it's also coupled with like the band that I'm seeing as well, and then also like I've seen Guar so many times. It's like that show is amazing. And the best time I ever saw Guar was at Sounds of the Underground. It was the first year that they did Sounds of the Underground. And they had such a massive stage to do everything with the practical effects and the props. And it was the first time I ever saw the Reagator, which is this robot that has it's a robot version of Ronald Reagan, who comes out and tries to stop them. And then they beat up the fucking robot. And then when they ripped off the front, it was Nancy Reagan topless inside of it. And I was like, this is probably the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And then the other best experience I ever had, I saw Agnostic Front play with Hatebreed and this other band called Sub-Zero. And I had never seen Agnostic Front before. And the pit, this was at the Electric Factory, the pit that opened up, it's hard to explain unless you've ever been in a mosh pit. So it wasn't a wall of death where the whole fucking crowd splits in half. It was actually this triangle that like the back started moving back and then everything opened up into this point. And then when the song started, like when they started, everyone just ran into this. It was amazing. And nobody said that's what they were doing. No one was like, yo, let's do this. It just kind of happened that way.
That's fair.
It was like an act of God. It was fucking amazing. That was probably one of the best fucking experiences I've ever had at a show. Like ever. What about you?
I went to, pardon me, I went to a concert in, I think it was the year 2000.
Hot.
I went to Baltimore to see Metallica, Korn, System of a Down,
Hell yeah.
Kid Rock. Dude, I think Deftones might have even been there too.
Damn, dude.
It was great. It was a Wigger's dream. And I went down there and fucking, how the fuck old was I? 21 maybe? And that was still the age where it's like, if you had, $25 in your pocket, you felt like a fucking millionaire.
Yeah.
But dude, I blew all my money beforehand. I think it was like parking was more than I anticipated. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to enjoy the show. And I enjoyed a bunch of the bands up front. I was like, all right, this is cool. Then by the time Metallica came on, I was fucking starving. And I was just like, I can't like be down here in mosh anymore. So I started like walking out, and by the grace of God, I found a full plate of nachos on the ground. And I took the nachos and I went up to the second deck and I watched the rest of Metallica from the second deck eating somebody else's nachos.
That is amazing.
And I felt like $1 million, brother.
That is so. Wait, when you found the nachos on the floor, they were still like pristine nachos.
Every fucking nacho that should have been in there was in there. They were just on the step.
You know what that is? That, I swear to God, that is the product of a dude there with his girlfriend who she was like, I'm hungry. I'm fucking hungry. And he's like, no problem, babe. And he came back with nachos. She's like, are you fucking serious? are you fucking serious? And he's like, all right. And he's like, oh, I don't want them. And she put him on the floor. And that was, dude, you reaped the benefit of a fucking corn argument is what you fucking did. That is amazing. We got one more? Fuck yeah.
Hey, Shaner, long-time caller, first-time listener. Shout out to the guest and Danny Dove for being there. Got a question or more of a kind of a concern. I'm 27. Every time I go to take a shit on the toilet, I tend to notice that my balls touch the water after about a minute or two. And am I too young for that to be happening? Is that a commonplace thing? Am I got ball cancer? Thanks. Figure that out for me. Bye.
I appreciate the demand at the end. Figure that out for me.
Hey, if you guys don't mind listening to this, and I really appreciate y'all's time, but figure this the fuck out and go fuck yourselves.
Yeah, if you don't give me any answers, I think I'm just going to come down there and fucking kill all of you.
This is your problem now.
Yeah, it's like I'm just going to leave you with this nugget of bullshit. So wait, from what I gathered from that is that when you take a shit, your balls don't immediately hit the water. They start to hit the water. As if to suggest that your balls descend while your anus opens up.
He might have different pipes.
Yeah, I really don't know. I've never heard of that. It's either your balls hit the water when you sit down or they don't. But I've never heard of balls lowering as you crap. I've never heard of balls taking the elevator down to the fucking lagoon there.
The first thing that I can think of that I think would be helpful is to just get a hair tie and bundle your nuts up to your dick. And just undo it when you're done shitting.
You had a ball bun underneath your... Dude, could you imagine going into someone's bathroom and seeing a series of scrunchies? And it's like, what's that for?
Mom, where's my shit and scrunchie?
You know what it's for. You know what the fuck, dude. My suggestion would be if you haven't talked to a regular, physician about this, maybe you should. That's what I would say. That'll figure it out. And two, maybe now, if we're gonna fucking try and like MacGyver this. If you put on your toilet seat, when your toilet seat goes down, if you have a piece of balsa wood that you can rest your sack on, like a diving board, and maybe your balls hang over side of it like two little cherubs over there, and then you can just crap, and you don't have to worry about your ball sack hitting the water. Or maybe a net. If you had just a net in the front, like a mesh net, and that's easy to swing. If you have mesh shorts, you can just pull that mesh right out of there and put it there, and that saves you some time because you can duct tape it on there. If you can't duck it, fuck it, who cares? But I'm just saying that could save you time too. But like your balls going into the water. Now, wait, the other question I have that he can't answer is when you're done shitting, do they rise back up? Because if that was the thing, if then your balls are sagging all day after you shit, I would say that's pressure. I would say that's like more of a pressure on your prostate, which... Man, that makes sense. Because
I'm wondering about the toilet situation. Is it an unlevel toilet? So like he's changing posture. And then the balls kind of swing to the front.
Yeah, could you send him pics, please?
Yeah, we're gonna need some.
We're gonna have to get our engineers on it.
Look, I'm gonna tell you right now. It's like I don't want to see nudes of you taking a dump, but I might have to see it to figure out what's going on here.
Yeah, Danny's a sound engineer and a testicular engineer too. So we'll figure out the dynamic.
It's Danny Double Balls is what it is. This has been the End Podcast with Ryan Shaner and the illustrious Michael fucking Rainey.
Thank you for having me, Ryan.
Please call the hotline 833-443-5300 and we will listen to any question, issue, or concern you have on the show. And thank you so much for listening.
Can I just promote something real quick?
Yeah, take it.
If you haven't bought it already, check out my new book, On Perks, which is available at onperks.com. It follows my close to 3-year addiction to prescription painkillers, which unfortunately I documented every day on Facebook. So every retard Facebook thought that I had during that time period is immortalized in this book.
It is an amazing book. I was so happy to be a part of the reading.
Retarded. Oh, dude, you knocked it out of the park.
And the reason I is because this book, as much as it is comedic, it is hilarious. It's also wildly endearing.
No.
which I did enjoy, which I knew I was going to get into with you, because I knew I was like, I know Mike pretty fucking well, and this goddamn piece of shit with a heart of gold is going to fucking make me feel everything today, and it is an amazing book. Yes, please check out On Perks. I'm Ryan Shanner. This is Mike Rainey. This has been The End. Have a good day.